Tonight on NewsLink Indiana, a blood drive hosted on campus. Which Ball State professor it honored?
Plus, one Department of Justice lawyer under fire. Why the State Senate Judiciary Committee requests a bar review.
Mild temperatures tonight, but more hot and summer-like temperatures are on the way. I'll talk about that in my full forecast.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Alex Almanza.
And I'm Anna Chalker.
We begin tonight. The City of Muncie is taking strides to lend a helping hand to local businesses. That includes some financial relief for business owners is finally underway.
NewsLink Indiana's Avery Johnson was able to speak with Mayor Dan Ridenhour to get some insight on this grant.
Finances have been a struggle for many owners throughout the city of Muncie ever since the peak of the pandemic. However, a solution arose when the American Rescue Plan gifted the city a multi-million-dollar grant. Mayor Dan Ridenhour had a plan and immediately took action.
So far, we have helped over 40, I believe it's 44 or 45 restaurants have received monies. Through the first round, we still have $700,000 left over, and we're going to start a second round on November 1st.
The mayor wanted to look at this grant differently than other in-state cities by distributing it equally amongst a number of different infrastructures.
So we wanted to prioritize and make sure that the local businesses, the local ownership received the most benefit, and we were able to accomplish that.
The mayor even utilized his free time going door to door, handing out flyers to a number of local businesses to urge them to apply. He wants to further strengthen Muncie in hopes that this is the first step to financial recovery for many business owners.
I knew that I needed to get that out there to our local businesses because they're the ones who employ the people.
In Muncie, Avery Johnson, NewsLink, Indiana.
As more money is distributed to local organizations, NewsLink Indiana will keep you up to date with the latest.
Today, a blood drive here in Muncie had more goals than just collecting blood. It had a special meaning honoring Dr. Steve Horwich, Distinguished Ball State Professor of Free Enterprise in the Department of Economics and Director of the Institute for the Study of Political Economy. Horwich died in June after battling a multiple myeloma, a cancer of plasma cells. Throughout treatment, his focus never changed. He was a teacher first. Coordinator Missy Matthews shared how this blood drive began.
He received many blood transfusions during his treatment. And when people would ask him what they could do to help him, he said donate blood. And so we just wanted to host a blood drive like in his honor and in his memory.
To read more on Dr. Steve Horwich and the blood drive, go to ballstatedaily.com.
A hung jury led to a mistrial in the murder trial of a white man accused of fatally shooting a young black man in downtown Indianapolis last year during violence that followed protests over George Floyd's death. 31-year-old Tyler Newby had been charged with murder and voluntary manslaughter after 18-year-old Dorian Merle was killed in May of 2020. The case went to jury yesterday, but after several hours of deliberation, jurors said they couldn't reach a unanimous verdict. The Indianapolis Star reports a Marion County judge declared the mistrial and set Newby's next court date for November 2nd.
2 new Amazon facilities are coming to northern Indiana. The company says they will employ over 1,000 people. The 800,000-foot building will be located near the Indiana Toll Road just outside of Elkhart. The announcement follows a secretive process where officials approved an estimated $10 million tax break package to fund the project without revealing the company.
Well, I'll tell you what, it feels like a long week.
Yes.
And I'm ready for fall break.
Yes.
As soon as this show's over, I'm
ready for fall break temperatures, though.
Yes.
Natalie, let's see what we have coming up.
Doesn't feel so much like fall temperatures yet. Earlier this week, we actually sent out a Twitter poll asking everyone would they rather prefer multiple rainy days over their fall break or multiple days above 80 degrees in their fall break. An astounding 70% of the voters wanted multiple rainy days for our break. But guess what? We're going to get both over our break, hot and rainy. Tonight, I'm tracking mild overnight temperatures, a rainy start to our fall break, and above average temperatures. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Natalie. A new Senate committee report says former President Donald Trump and allies attempted to overturn last year's election results.
The Democratic-led Senate report comes after an 8-month investigation. It says then President Trump asked the Justice Department 9 times to undermine the election results while he was in office. It also claims his chief of staff, Mark Meadows, pressured a DOJ lawyer to investigate election fraud claims, which broke administration policy. It calls Trump repeated demands concerning the election, quote, an abuse of presidential power.
The report also states President Trump considered replacing then acting Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen with Jeffrey Clark, a DOJ lawyer who supported election fraud conspiracies. Also today, the Senate Judiciary Committee referred Clark to the D.C. Bar for a review of his professional conduct. They pointed specifically to rules that ban attorneys from assisting in fraud and interfering with the administration of justice. They also found he pushed DOJ leadership to use the department for election fraud investigations. He also wanted the DOJ to ask Georgia state leaders to appoint their own electors, disregarding the certified popular vote. The committee did not interview Clark for the report. The report is based on witness interviews of other former Justice Department officials.
The U.S. Senate has declared a bill to raise the U.S. debt limit by $480 billion. This bill will allow the United States government to pay its bills. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer announced a bargain earlier today with Republicans to raise the federal debt ceiling before the government was set to crash through it next week. The deal means Republicans will allow a vote on the measure, but only for a short amount of time, meaning this standoff isn't over, it's just delayed. It gets the Treasury Department through the first week of December. Now it's up to the House to approve the bill before it can be sent to President Joe Biden for his signature.
And after the break, vaccines may soon be available for younger children when the FDA plans to review Pfizer's vaccine safety.
And a new study showing an increase in digital attacks. Where the attacks are coming from, next.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. Turning now to the latest on the COVID-19 pandemic, a new step towards COVID-19 vaccines for younger children. Pfizer officially applied for emergency use authorization for its vaccine in kids ages 5 to 11. The FDA will review the Pfizer data on October 26th, which will then be followed by consideration by the CDC. Pfizer says in its trials, more than 2,200 children were given one-third of the dose adults get and was found to be vaccine safe. If authorized, it will be the first COVID-19 vaccine for younger children. New information on testing, boosters, and treatment. The White House committing another $1 billion toward rapid at-home testing. As the demand for boosters grows, mass vaccination clinics could make a comeback as more boosters get authorized. Pfizer currently has a booster, while Moderna and Johnson & Johnson have submitted data for their boosters to the FDA. As far as treatment goes, an antiviral capsule is being tested, but one expert says it's going to need a lot more scrutiny from the FDA.
It is much, much better to prevent yourself from getting infected than to having to treat an infection.
Despite the number of new COVID-19 cases each week dropping, the CDC says the average number of deaths remains fairly consistent.
President Joe Biden instructing the Justice Department to address rising violence on airlines as passengers resist mask mandates and threaten airline staff. This during a speech near Chicago where Biden was highlighting his administration's push toward COVID-19 vaccine requirements. The president addressing United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby.
By the way, Scott, I want you to know I've instructed the Justice Department to make sure that we deal with the violence on aircraft coming from those people who are taking issues. We're going to deal with that.
Figures from the Federal Aviation Administration show more disruptions on commercial flights in the past week than any week in the past 2.5 months. The FAA says 128 new incidents were reported by flight crews. That's the highest weekly figure since July, bringing this year's total to more than 4,600 incidents. The FAA proposed more than $1 million in fines against unruly airline passengers this year. Now, a new report from Microsoft shows Russian hackers are becoming more of a problem. According to the software company, Russia's success rate getting unauthorized access to systems has risen from 21% to 32%. MS also says hackers are targeting more government organizations. Over half of the targets of Moscow-based groups have been government organizations this year. Last year, that number was just 3%. Microsoft's data also shows 58% of government-linked hacking attempts originated in Russia.
The game streaming service Twitch says it experienced a major data breach. In a tweet, the company says it's still working to figure out the extent of the problem. Twitch pays streamers to play games, and some Twitter users say the leaked information accurately shows just how much those streamers receive. Amazon is the current owner of Twitch, and the platform says it has more than 15 million active users every day. NASA is making preparations to protect the planet. The agency plans to conduct its first test for planetary defense the day before Thanksgiving. That's when the agency will launch a SpaceX Falcon rocket from California aimed at a 525-foot-long asteroid named Dimorphos. NASA wants to see if it can change the asteroid's orbit by crashing the rocket into it. If it works, it is thought that this technique could be used to change the course of any space rock that threatens Earth. NASA plans to use a satellite to record the impact and stream the test over its app and website, NASA TV.
And Halloween is coming a little earlier this year at Lowe's. For the first time, the home improvement company is hosting what it calls Halloween trick-or-treat tryouts at stores across the country. Lowe's says it's a way to allow people to show off their costumes, collect some candy, and take photos, especially since the pandemic curtailed Halloween gatherings in 2020. This event will be held October 21st in store garden centers, but space is limited to 100 families per store. And if you are interested in going, go to lowes.com/trick-or-treat. Now, that is getting me in the holiday spirit pretty soon. These temperatures, though, not so much.
Definitely. Well, looking at the next 5 days, it's not looking too much like fall, but
still pretty hot.
Yeah.
I'm not considering it fall right now because it still feels like summer. Natalie, what could we be seeing?
Yeah, definitely seeing above average temperatures this weekend, a whole 10 degrees above average, and I'll talk about more about that summer-like temperature breakdown after the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
To get to know each other.
On a deeper level.
Father.
Cosplayer.
Mentor.
Actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together.
And discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. There's a look at the Foundational Science Building. A little warmer than usual today.
Yes, pretty clear day, a very beautiful day. It was very clear. I'll be honest, I wore a sweatshirt today. Probably shouldn't have because I thought it was going to be cooler. The past couple days have been cooler. I think we were like in the 80s today.
Yeah, about that. You know, I always carry a sweater just in case.
Yes, it wasn't needed today at all.
No, not at all.
Yep.
But Natalie Fitzpatrick is with us in the studio. What can you tell us about the warm-up that's happening?
Yeah, we actually saw a high of 79 degrees today, guys. We're sitting at 70 here in Muncie, 67 in Indianapolis, and 70 degrees in Shelbyville right now. Where we see these cooler temperatures in Indianapolis and Bloomington is actually due to the rain that they saw today. Over the past few days, we've seen scattered showers move throughout our viewing area. And this is due to a low pressure system off to the northwest, what has brought all these warm temperatures and these scattered showers up from the south, bringing all this moisture and warm temperatures to our forecast. Tonight, however, temperatures are pretty mild, falling to 63 degrees tonight with those rain showers sticking around for most of our night with a southeast wind at 5 miles per hour. For tomorrow, however, we're going to start out around 63 degrees by 8 a.m. with those scattered showers sticking around. 72 degrees by noon tomorrow with showers still sticking around as well. And by 5 p.m., hopefully most of those scattered showers are out of our way and we're reaching a high of 76 degrees by 5 p.m. tomorrow. A little stronger winds from the southeast at 10 miles per hour. Timing out this rain for you on Precision Cast, we can see these showers start moving through our area around midnight on tonight, where these line of showers start building into our area. Around tomorrow morning, we can see we do have a breakup in the showers. However, around 1 p.m. tomorrow, we see this line moving throughout our viewing area, making for pretty rainy conditions as you start out going for your well-deserved fall break. I know I'm ready for it. I hope everyone else is. I want to go home and take a break from my classes. However, these showers continue to start moving out of our area for our Saturday, making for partly cloudy conditions for our Saturday morning. Talking about these rainfall totals, we actually aren't going to see that much rain. Around 2.9 inches here in Muncie, only 0.16 inches in Winchester, and only about 0.12 inches in Richmond. Overall, we're seeing a pretty scattered pattern in our precipitation, and that's why we aren't seeing these great amounts of precipitation. Precipitation, however, is coming back into our forecast after we have a break this weekend. Pretty dry conditions for our Saturday and Sunday as well. However, our next big weather maker moves in Monday into Tuesday, bringing us chances for rain Monday night into Tuesday as well. Another talk of our temperatures is our temperatures rather than the rain. The CPC has issued above average probability for temperatures come for the next 6 to 10 days over most of our viewing area, the Midwest, and most of the Northeast as well. However, if you are moving to the Northwest for your fall break, it does look like you're going to have a cooler start to your fall break with below average temperatures. Taking a look at the mid 7-day forecast, we do have this rain chance move in for Friday. It starts warming up this weekend. Temperatures in the 80s and a rain chance moves in for Monday and Tuesday. I don't know about everyone else, but I want these fall temperatures to start moving into the forecast. I'm ready to break out the sweaters and the boots, guys.
But I think for tomorrow, probably a good idea to pack an umbrella.
Yeah, maybe keep the shorts and stuff around for the next few days. Don't put them away
You're
quite
telling
yet.
me that as I'm packing my stuff right now because I'm so excited when fall hits. It's fall.
Yeah.
But I'm ready. If you're saying we're going to get a cool down pretty soon, I'm taking it because that means we can go to the apple orchards and we can start doing all of the fall things that we've been waiting to do for the past year.
Yeah, let's get up to the apple orchards, the pumpkin patches. I'm ready for a hayride or two. I don't know about you guys.
And I'm ready for fall break.
Oh, yeah.
Like you said, you made it pretty exciting. Well, thank you, Natalie. And Zach, what could we be seeing in sports tonight?
One high school football team coming together as a young squad, and one Ball State team starting up their practice and hitting the court running. Find out who next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Zach Greer with sports. Our top story tonight, 18 former NBA players have been indicted on charges for participating in a conspiracy to defraud an NBA healthcare plan of nearly $4 million. A federal indictment says the scheme lasted from at least 2017 through 2020. They're accused of submitting fraudulent claims of reimbursement of medical and dental services that they were not provided. A total of 19 people are charged in the scheme. The men played in the NBA from the late 1990s and early 2000s. The indictment says Terrence Williams, who played for the New Jersey Nets and Houston Rockets, orchestrated the scheme and recruited other former players by offering them to supply them with false invoices to support their fraudulent claims. The indictment says Williams also received $230,000 in kickbacks. U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Aubrey Strauss, announced the charges at a news conference today.
Today, we announced charges against 19 individuals for conspiring to defraud a health care plan that provides benefits to active and former National Basketball Association players.
The women's basketball team heading back to the Dr. Don Shondel Practice Center, preparing for a potentially historic season with the help of Coach Brandy Salee, who is serving his 10th season as head coach. Last year, the women put up a record of 14-11 overall, winning 11 games on the road. This year, the team looks to take advantage of home games and fight for the MAC tournament contention. The team's first game will be at home at Worthen Arena November 3rd at 4 p.m. when the Oakland City Mighty Oaks come to town. Delta Eagles football with such a young roster looking to keep improving throughout the season. NewsLink Indiana's Joey Moore traveled out to Delta to get a closer look on how the young team is working together.
This year's Delta Eagles roster looks just a bit different. And with tons of youth being thrown into the fire for the first time, shaky weeks can be expected. But for Delta, it's all about getting better as a team.
We're doing a better job taking care of the football, but it comes down to execution. We have a very young team, especially offensively. We only have one senior playing for us on offense.
And as the rest of the team continues to gain experience, the more experienced seniors on the team starting to take notice.
You know, just the leadership by some of the players who haven't had as much varsity experience. Like, we have a sophomore quarterback coming in being a leader. We have seniors who played JV last year coming in and being leaders. And that really just boosts like the team morale and gets us to play for each other.
And the quarterback leading the young Eagles offense, sophomore Caden Bond, seeing improvements from himself and the offense as a whole through this season.
Well, I feel like my arm strength has gotten better, and I think it was pretty easy to get used to the system here at Delta.
But the best thing about having a young roster, you get to watch them improve and gain experience week by week throughout the season.
That you're at week 8, there's no young teams anymore. Everyone has the experience.
And going into week 8 against Greenfield Central, Delta's sitting at 4-3 on the season, just above 500, and hoping to close the season on a high note to get ready for the postseason. In Muncie, Joey Moore, NewsLink, Indiana.
The Eagles will hit the road tomorrow to take on Greenfield Central at 7:30. Keeping things on the gridiron, Ball State announced that they will be battling it out against the Hoosiers once again. Ball State football will be competing against the Hoosiers in 2026. This matchup will take place for the first time since 2019, with Indiana being victorious 34-24. And guys, let me tell you, I'm so excited that Ball State is finally playing Indiana back again in football. I'm also really excited for the homecoming game that's happening October 23rd after we get back from fall break.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. I know it's all of our first homecomings because of last year, so it's pretty exciting. I've never been to a football game yet, so I don't know about you two. I'm pretty excited about that part.
Right, like you said, last year, completely a blur.
Yes.
Don't even want to
Yes, but I'm just glad that we're going to get to play IU and get to have homecoming. It's a win-win in my book.
It'll be a big game.
Yes,
sure.
Zach, thank you. And after the break, we'll take a look at our anchor picks and one final check-in with weather.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now?
Right now. You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. It's now time to take a look at our anchor picks. The man who composed the music for the Broadway play Cats has plenty to say about the 2019 film adaptation of his work, and it's not very good. Tony, Grammy, and Academy Award-winning composer Andrew Lloyd Webber told Variety the film was so bad it made him buy a dog. Webber jokes that the film left him emotionally damaged enough to get his Havanese declared a therapy dog by an unnamed airline. According to Webber, when the airline asked for proof the dog was needed, his response instructed him to look at what Hollywood did to his musical. Webber says he then got an approval with a note saying, quote, no doctor's report required. Cats has a 20% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and won 6 Razzie Awards last year, including Worst Picture. And I can only imagine what he said when he saw the movie.
But I'm going to take his advice on that. He wrote the music, so.
Oh, yeah.
But heading over to this pretty cool thing, a shop in Maine received a pretty old item to their shelves, a 65-million-year-old dinosaur egg. You heard that right. The Rock and Art shop features a variety of fossils and pieces of natural history. The owner says she does not know what species the egg is, but it came from Mongolia. Owner Amanda Sohn says she has not decided if she'll seal it or keep it for her collection.
Looking pretty nice.
Yes.
For the next 7 days. I'm excited. Gonna go home and relax.
Natalie, let's see it.
Yeah, we have, and this weekend we're reaching up into the 80s, and it does dry out for a weekend, but that's above average. We have that rain chance moving for next week, but after that, we're pretty dry, guys.
For sure, and that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join our sister show, Waking Up with Cardinal Weather, tomorrow morning, starting at 8 on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night, everyone.